It's a orange juice.
Here's an exclusive first look at tips that are going to be featured in King's Cup 2. Link in the description below for more details on the tournament. If you play a golem or a giant, and your opponent plays a pekka in the back to preemptively counter your push, you can use a miner to kite the pekka into the other lane. If you have tornado and you know their counter to your tank is a pekka, then you can pull the pekka into the other lane with a tornado, but you have to react quickly. As soon as you plant down a tank, start hovering your tornado in preparation of the pekka. Using a bowler to counter a hog rider, it'll still get a shot off of your tower. But if you play skeletons or goblins next to the bowler, it'll prevent the hog from getting any hits on your tower. When your opponent plays a princess, you can snipe the princess with a musketeer in the other lane, allowing you to counter push that opposite side. One of the reasons why a battle ram is used quite often in a 3 musketeer deck is because it can act as a lightning rod. Barbarians have slightly more health than a musketeer. Fire spirits are underappreciated. If you have a night witch approaching, pulling her with fire spirits can completely stop the night witch. Splashinado is a crazy effective strategy. To ensure that you can get positive elixir trades, always cast the rocket first, then cast the tornado. Bonus points if you can clip the tower. When placing a unit to tank for your goblin barrel, for very fast and fast troops, you can throw the goblin barrel down first, then quickly drop that fast troop at the bridge. But for medium or slow troops, you'll need to drop the troop first, and then cast the goblin barrel to ensure it tanks for the goblins. If you place goblins dead center on the bridge, they'll only get 1 stab on your tower. But if you offset the goblin 1 tile away from the bridge on the outside, they'll get 2 stabs on the tower. This is an extra 106 damage. With the head-on collision of a prince versus a bandit, the charged bandit will land a hit on the prince. The bandit's invulnerability frame neutralizes the prince's charge strike. A properly placed ice spirit can deny goblins from a goblin gang. Place the ice spirit exactly as they cross the bridge at 1.5 tiles. Skeletons can kite a baby dragon. You place them in front of the king tower so they split. You have to do this right when the baby dragon is just passing the bridge. Using the same concept, if you split 2 skeletons into the other lane, you can kite minions away from a lava hound push. Very useful if you're using a hog cycle deck without many air counters. When zapping a lava hound, hover your zap around its shadow, not the lava hound itself. This way, you know the epicenter of the pup's explosions and can clip all of them. You can surround a baby dragon with minions or bats, aim for its shadow, and you'll be able to avoid it splashing everything, buying your tower time to take out that baby dragon. Rocket travel's pretty slow. If you're in overtime and you need to finish off a tower, cast the rocket right at the corner of the princess tower. This minimizes the travel distance of the rocket. A well-timed ice spirit can shut down a dart goblin. Place the ice spirit in front of the dart goblin. The moment it crosses the bridge, it'll absorb the dart goblin's hits, then freeze it. Skeletons can fully counter a bandit if placed just in the opposite lane, 5 tiles above the king tower, right as the bandit is crossing the bridge. Passive buildings like spawners can push a royal giant to retarget onto the building. With a tombstone, the skeletons that spawn are enough to take out that royal giant before it deals too much damage to your tower. When playing log bait, if your princess is approaching the bridge, place the goblin barrel in the back of the tower to prevent your opponent from getting a value the log on your princess and barrel. You can completely shut down a Mega Knight with just the Goblin Gang. The Spear Goblin's new attack speed are just barely enough that he will not touch your tower. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more quality OJ.